What's up, guys? My name is Evan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video I want to talk about meaning, the truth about meaning and understanding meaning from a subjective viewpoint, and also how you can give your life more meaning, more significance. Okay? So the truth about meaning is that in this subjective reality that we live in this human experience, everything in reality, everything in this reality that we exist in is totally devoid of meaning. Everything in this reality is totally neutral, and all meaning is subjectively imposed by your own mind onto reality. And this might sound really scary initially, this might sound unbelievable initially, but it is in fact the truth. So I want to give you a few examples to start off with. You probably can hear them, but I have a few chickens here next to me. These chickens lay eggs, and I collect them, I feed the chickens, and I take care of them. But essentially what I'm getting at here is, what is the meaning of this chicken? There is no inherent meaning to this chicken being a chicken. It just simply is what it is. There is no meaning to this chicken. It simply exists. It simply is what it is and does what it does, with no inherent meaning built into it whatsoever. Totally neutral, totally devoid of meaning. This is the same thing with all aspects of our life. This is true about the natural environment that we live in, the planet as a whole, your pet dog, whatever it might be, your relationships. Everything in this reality is totally neutral, totally devoid of meaning. You imply meaning. You project it onto reality. And this is a really scary thing to realize, but it's also extremely empowering. It's extremely empowering because it puts power back in your hands. If you realize that reality is not dictating anything to you, and it's entirely how you interpret reality, then it puts you back in the driver's seat of your experience. It puts you back in the driver's seat of owning your reality. And so how do we give our lives more meaning then? If reality is totally devoid of meaning, all meaning is subjectively imposed by your mind, how do you create more meaning in your experience? How do you experience a more meaningful, significant, fulfilling reality, a more fulfilling human experience? So one of the greatest things that you could realize about meaning is that everything is devoid of meaning. First off, that's number one. The second thing that's very important to realize is that meaning comes out of context. So the meaning and the significance of a statement is totally dependent upon the context in which it is stated. And what do I mean by that? A lot of people live lives that they feel are meaningless, that are not significant, and that they don't experience fulfillment as a result, as a consequence. Because a lot of people live their lives in the context of their 9-to-5 job. They live their lives in the context of their nuclear family, their home, and maybe their small group of friends. This is how most people live their lives. They live their lives within these very finite and nuclear contexts. And as a result, we experience lives that are not fulfilling to us. We do not feel like they're meaningful. We do not feel like they're significant. And we suffer because of it. So, if you want to give your life more meaning, if you want to experience more significance out of your reality, then you need to expand the context in which you live. If you can expand the context in which you live, you will naturally experience a more meaningful experience as a byproduct. It becomes a natural byproduct. And so how do we expand the context of our reality? How do we expand the context in which we live our lives? The answer to that is to put yourself into a scenario where you are experiencing a broader scope of reality. You're experiencing a more expanded viewpoint. So if you want to bring more meaning to your life, expand your life, put your life in the context of community. Put your life in the context of nature. Put your life in the context of a global community, of a global scale, of a planetary ecosystem. If you begin to expand your horizons, expand the context in which you live your life, more meaning will be a natural byproduct. There will be more significance to everything that you do. There will be a greater context in which you are living your life. If you want to expand your life to the infinite context, we do live our lives within an infinite context, and that infinite context is the infinite field of consciousness. We all live our lives within an infinite field of consciousness. And if you can recognize this context, then you are sure to live a very meaningful existence. So, hope this video helps somebody. If you like this content, please give the video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel because I'm going to be putting out more content like this, so stay tuned. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace.